It's May the 12th, 2020, entry number 30 of the Daily Journal. This means I'm on a new 10-day execution cycle. And on this 10-day execution cycle, I still have a tremendous amount of work to do. Those of you who have been following along know that in the previous execution cycle, I was focusing on marketing. And on the execution cycle before that, I was showing you how I go about building a business from scratch, from nothing, just using my tools like my microphone, my computer, my ingenuity. And I'm continuing to do that today. But I realized after concluding the execution cycle from yesterday that I've got a lot more work to do with regard to site development. I would show it to you right now on my screen, but I'm going to give you kind of the background on what I am doing and why I am doing it and why this is going to be my new 10-day execution cycle for the next 10 days. I started this business of trying to build a venture to communicate with prisons and jails across the country so that I could teach and inspire more people who are living in struggle. And that's been a goal of mine really since I started in the prison system, but I've been accelerating it for the past 30 plus years. Now I am trying to do something a little bit differently where I can offer them at a much lower cost, create content that's renewable and can really be helpful to people in jail and prison. But if you Google my name, Michael Santos, you will see that I'm all over the web from all the work that I have done. And I needed to get a more coherent branding and messaging system. Primarily, we have two different established websites. One of them is prisonprofessors.com. One of them is whitecollaradvice.com. And then we have a newer one that's only, I guess, several months old, maybe from the beginning of this year, called Resilient Courses. And each of these does different things. But the more I'm thinking about reaching out to institutions, the more I'm realizing I need to have a more coherent message. And so that's requiring me to do a lot more work on site engineering and redevelopment and building. So these last couple of days really, but really today was pretty intense. I spent a lot of time writing a lot of new content and a lot of new design for both Prison Professors and White Collar Advice. This is going to carry me through the next 10 days. And I'm going to have to stick with that before I start spending money on Google and Facebook and YouTube, because if I'm spending that kind of money, and I anticipate spending several $100s a day to drive traffic to these websites, I want to make sure that the sites are operational and we are giving the customers what they're coming to find. So I will continue to document this every day, but this is going to be a pretty intense work area. Nevertheless, that's my value. That's my goal for this project, or the value. That's what I'm going to be defining success. Is by the time this 10-day cycle goes, you will see a brand new look on both prisonprofessors.com and on whitecollaradvice.com. There's just so much work to do, but I'm excited about it, and I'm grateful for this opportunity to do it. I've also, of course, got to do a tremendous amount of work on both the Prison Professors YouTube channel and continue publishing daily content for the Prison Professors podcast. But ultimately, I think this is the right use of my time to re-engineer and redesign this for the next 10 years. And I don't want to do it haphazardly. I want to do it methodically. One of the things that I write about in here, and it's important, is having a strategy that's well documented, and you can see the well documentation through all of my website. Then have the tactics and tools. So I've got to always try to refine and recalibrate my tools, and then have measurable metrics. And that's through daily investment of both time and a lot of times money to build what I'm trying to build. So that's what I'm doing. I'm encouraging you to do the same thing. I like to document this effort because all of this content that I create is also part of a tool that I take into jails and prisons to show people that I never ask them to do anything that I don't do. Every day you have to work. I've been working at it since about before 4 o'clock this morning, and it's now 7:20, and you can probably see that my eyes are a little bit tired from staring at computer screens. I didn't even get a chance to exercise today, but that's just showing because I've got a tremendous priority on getting this done. So that's what I had to share, and I'll be giving more insight tomorrow. Be well, and good luck with you on your execution cycle.